Hello guys, welcome back to Jamie Tech. In today's video we will fetch the data that we have added in the last video. For example, we had a collection with the current user email, and we had some documents that we added in the last video. So in today's video we will grab all the document from the specific collection. So I want to give you a small review. If you haven't watched the last video, please go, and I will put the link in the video description as well, but here is a small look. So what we did is to add the user data. We have the serial number, name, and profile image to the firStore with the specific collection. So we did that part. Now we are in the final part that is called fetching the user data from the firStore and put this data into the file manager for the app document directory so that we could use it offline. So let's do not waste time and go into the code and to the work we want to do in today's video. Here we will have some steps. The first one would be go to the specific collection. Okay, and then if we are gone there, we just put listener. We will put a listener on that collection. Whatever, if we get any updates, we will be notified. The first, it means that if there is any change in the specific collection, then it will just notify us as well as itself. Okay, and let's do that again. So we need to go to the firStore.collection. We are going to the specific collection, and as you know that I have a collection with the current email address. Okay, I'm going to put in a snapshot listener, attach a listener for the query snapshot. Even what's happening, it will be it will notify itself, and what will it do is to it performs a write. Whenever a write is performed, your listener will be notified with the new data before the data is sent to the backend. So hope it is clear. So what we do is, we have a query. Okay, query snapshot, it is an optional. Okay, what else we have is the error. If we get an error, we will also handle that error as well. So before that, we can also inform the here if late error, but before that we can see that got late. We can get the error here as well. For example, got late, we have docs. For example, we are going to query snapshot dot documents, else just print no document, no docs. Okay, just we handle the error here, but you can print the error as well if you want. So print, forget about it. Okay, or we can go and simply return nothing. Okay, we're done with that part. We simply check with whether there is any docs or not. We just checked it in the specific collection. Okay, once we are done with that part, now we need to go and once we have just reached to that part, we check that we have documents. Then what we want to do is to read the data in those specific documents, right? So what I want to do is that just we here check that we have a specific some documents in the specific collection. So I want to read the documents, but before that we need to transform the documents into user model. So what I want to do is we have we have the user as I have just declared here, initialized. Okay, with an empty array. So what I want to do is that we have documents docs dot, we are going to do that, just we are doing the okay, here we have the snapshot, okay, and we once it is, we will get a user. I want to return a user from here and here. Okay, now we have done with that part as well. At the end we will return a user. Okay, now what we need to do is that it will return a single user and it will be stored in the users array. So what I want to do, how to transform the, maybe is used to transform the documents into user model, right? So now what we need to do is to go into the data, right? Here's the data. I want to go into this data. So how can I go to there? I want to say that we have data, like data, for example, data is equal to, we have the for example, snapshot.data. We have just gone there. Or you can put as well data safe coder got late. We have at least data, otherwise print no data, for example, and a return nothing. So we take that we have at least data. So what next we want to do is to get the ID of the specific doc, right? So I want to say that doc ID equal to, the snapshot data ID, doc ID. Okay, what else I need is, for example, I have late, my user is a user with ID, and here we need an ID, this and this. We also need one more, the profile image. Okay, so what I need to do is just, I have created the ID, we got the ID. What else? We have the name, late name equal to data. We have to go through there. We have data and we can read that data through this way. Go ahead, come on. Okay, as a string, it would be an optional string. Okay, go ahead, and if we get no string, if we get no data, we will return a nil. Okay, now go ahead and copy and paste it several times. And before I want to proceed, I want to see that this name must match with the name that you have added in that section. For example, you add the data, it must match, otherwise nothing will be added, nothing will be retrieved. Okay, so what I want to do is to say that we have name, okay, confirmed, and we have serial number, and serial number is a serial number, and serial number is serial number. And the third one is that we are done with the name and we are done with the serial number. Okay, now we have the image, but when we say that when we are just getting the data from there, it is of type string. So we need to convert this string into URL string, so into URL. So what I want to say that image URL image string equal to, come on, string, and it is a type data. Okay, and we will get the, come on, don't do that, and it must match the one that is being provided here. Okay, here return, and it will be engraved as a string. Okay, and what we need to do is to, we'll have a nil if we don't have any. And now I want to say that we have profile image. I want to copy it from there, and okay, we'll have an image. A URL would be of type URL. Okay, what it will be from the string. Okay, we have image string, good to go. We get the image profile, profile UI image URL, you can say that. Okay, we're done with that part as well. Now we will return a single user from here. Okay, return the user. We're done with that part. Here you can print a message as well. Okay, we have just returned a single user from here, and we just add it to the user, simple like appending. Now we are done with this part as well. The second part is we have to add these users. I mean, once all the users are transformed and added to the user model, now we need to, what we need to do is to save in the app document directory. Okay, good to go. That is the interesting part. Once all users are transformed and added to the users, now we need to save those user. I mean, my file manager class dot save user, we have to save the users, and we are just passing the user we have with the file name of my users. You can see that. So when you just get those user from there, you must have to use the same file name, don't forget it. Okay, so we are done with this fetch user data part as well. So now we are all set up, and just write only one single function data in which we are just grabbing the users from app document directory, local storage, and then putting those user into the users. Okay, so what I want to do is to say that func get users from, I can say that fm. Okay, and here I want to see that we have a simple function, and what I want to say that first we need to check it if like users, we have users in my file manager dot get users. If there are some user with this name, then I will grade those users, otherwise I will be failed. Okay, you can say that as well. So once there are some users, then what I want to do is to say that we have self dot users. These are referring to these users. Okay, and what we want to do is to put all the users into these users, right? I mean, we just all the saved users are being stored in these users. I mean, and then we are just assigning these users, I mean the saved users, into the users which is published, which will notify us about everything what's changed in the view. Okay, we have seen that we are all set up. Now I want to test it, but before testing I want to change here what we have. For example, in this we are accessing my old get user. Now I want to go into the get user from fm that we have just built here, this one. Okay, and here I want to go into the fetch user data. Okay, and in the add section I want to comment it down, I mean my old add user, and I want to add the user admin dot add new user with the name, with the serial number, and the image data, right? We need data, image data. Hope you know that. So now all things are set up. Now I want to test it successfully. It will work, inshallah, and I think all things are set up. Let's click on build, and it will go on, and successfully it will build succeeded. We have some warning, but don't worry. So build is successfully done, and I have just did only one thing in the background, I mean not recorded in the video, is that I have just logged in a new user. Okay, and I have nothing here, and I want to make sure that I mean fetching admin hotspot is done. Okay, just I want to see that there is nothing in my AFM. Just when I click on this, I get no users from the file manager, I mean the document app directory. Okay, and now I want to add a new collection. A new collection will be created with the current email address. I want to add new user, for example user 1, and here I want to see that it has a serial number like that. Once it is done, we want to do the another part as well. User 1 is graved, okay, and here we need to go to the to add new user 2, okay, and go user 2, done, and let's see if it works or not. So user 2 is added successfully as well, and here we will, so here I'm getting messages, but let me do that again. So when I click on the FM, so I'm getting only we are getting 2 user from there, as user 1 here is user 2, and here user 1. Hope we're getting that. And when I click on this fetch, we're just printing the message that we did there. User is user in this and this. Okay, so and hope we have new user and we have 2 users as well. I think it's worked perfectly. And the interesting part is that even if I have no internet connection, I just turn it off, and the users are stored in the file manager, and I go and let's see we have or not the user. Exactly, they are just retrieved and displayed from the file manager. I think that's it for this series. Hope you learned something. So I want you to subscribe and share with your friends. That's what I want from you guys, but the sharing part is the most important than subscribing. Thank you. Bye. We'll see you.